So is my girlfriend reset time 999 times to save another man. Can I get a fire in the chat? Because ain't no way you gonna sit here and tell me that your lady has sat up here reset time 999 times trying to save another nigga. Ain't no way. That's not your girl. That is clearly not your girl. Now, there's a very small exception, right? Very small exception. If that's like her bestest bestie, you know what I mean? Where he's actually cool with you. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm not gonna be mad. You know what I mean? It's like maybe a good, you know what I mean, 40 times. Okay, I got you. You know what I mean? You try to save your friend and like your bestie like numerous times. It ain't work out. Maybe it's just fate that they gone. Maybe there's a reason behind it. What the reason is, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. But we gonna get to the bottom of this though. But first things first, let me know if y'all can hear it or not. You know, because I do have, you know, everything set up to where it should be heard. But we shall see. You know what I mean? Let me, let me make sure. Have my shit up. Make sure that's turned up. I may have to turn this volume up a little bit. All right.
Chapter 1. My girlfriend had the ability to reverse time. But every time she used that power, she lost one day of her life. She thought I didn't.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. She loses a day of her life? Reversing. Bruh. Bruh. So not only has she reset time 999 times, she didn't lost that many days of her life trying to save this man. That's not your girl. I'm sorry to tell. That's not your girl. Not anymore. That is not your girl anymore. I'm sorry to tell you. She's not yours. She is for another man. Oh, ad break is starting soon. You know what? I'll wait until that ad break go off. And then once it's gone, then I'll restart it. All right, so I'll wait for the non-subscribers to go ahead, take their little ad break. Make sure you get some snacks, popcorn, whatever the case may be. Cause this sound like it's finna be good. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause I was already looking at the title. I'm just like, oh snap, that's crazy. 999 times she trying to save another man. But then come to find out, oh, yeah, she's losing days of her life. Oh. So she done lost 999 days of time that she could be spending with you. She giving that up for another man. She giving it up for another man. It's crazy work. I can't believe it. Ooh, I can't believe it. Yo, that other man must be Tyrone because for her to do that, bruh, for her to be doing that, bruh, crazy work. All right, so it should be done in a little bit, but it should tell me that it's done. Did that shit oily, or cause this is about to get messy like a Sergio video. I ain't gonna hold you. They about to get messy. Oh, I got 12 more seconds left. Okay. Hurry up, Brad. Trying to get the ball rolling over here. And, you know what I mean? They just like, nah, 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 nah. All right, cool. We back. We back. All right, so let's get this started, shall we?
Chapter 1. My girlfriend had the ability to reverse time. But every time she used that power, she lost one day of her life. She thought I didn't know her secret. To save her childhood friend, she had reversed time 999 times. During those countless loops, she had even killed me 99 times. But on the
I beg your fucking pardon? I beg your pardon? Hey, yo! so, so you. Mm, her childhood boyfriend. Yeah, her. I almost said childhood boyfriend. Oh my goodness. Yo, that childhood friend must be putting in work, bro. And out of those 999 times, she killed you 99 times. Out of all them times she went back in time to save her childhood friend, there was a 10% chance that she was going to kill you. Once I once I first discover my girlfriend has the ability to go back in time, and in one of those instances, she tried to save her best friend. She killed me once. Oh, yeah, nah, bitch. You're for the streets. What do you mean? Nah, we're done. We're done. It's up. It's up. It's up. Mm-mm. You not about to have me in this book. Absolutely not. That is crazy.
1000th loop, I had finally reached my limit. Monica, stop, I said helplessly. I know this is convenient for you, but I seriously can't eat instant noodles for breakfast anymore. And you didn't even leave me a single seasoning packet. Even
Damn.
a dog wouldn't eat noodles this bland. I stared at the plain bowl of noodles sitting on the dining table while my girlfriend, Monica Liu, stood in the kitchen preparing lunch for her childhood friend, Adam Tang. I let out a long sigh. So, we're back.
And this nigga is living with y'all? This nigga is living with y'all. I can't hold on. Because I don't think my redeems are going off. Hold on. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Uh what is it under? Oh wait, nah, I know what it's under. It's just what's the sign of it? Okay. It's the globe icon. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, back to this. Cause this is nuts. Not only is she saving this man numerous times and then killed you 99 times out of the 999, she also got this nigga living with y'all.
Back to yesterday again. This was the 1000th time. Almost 3 years of living the exact same day. And it was all because Monica wanted to save Adam. Tonight, Adam would die in an accident. Monica possessed a power no ordinary person could understand. She could reverse time. Unfortunately, despite trying 999 times, she still hadn't managed to save him. Many times, she had even died herself. Yet no matter what happened, as long as she could activate her ability in the final moment before death, time would rewind to the previous day. In the beginning, I tried everything I could to stop her without letting her realize I remembered every loop. I had no idea what would happen if she discovered the truth. Fortunately, Monica behaved a little differently in each timeline, allowing me to test different approaches without raising her suspicion. I argued with her. I pretended to be sick. I even called the police. Nothing worked. No matter what I did, she always found a way to leave and rush to Adam's side. The worst time came when I tried too hard to stop her. She grabbed a fruit knife and stabbed me to death. I collapsed into a pool of my own blood. After that, she decided dealing with me every day was too troublesome. So whenever time reset, she'd simply kill me first before going off to save Adam.
So she'd wake up first thing in the morning and just get you out of the way. That's not your girl. I'm sorry, that's not your girl. That is not your girl.
In total, she killed me 99 times. She never hesitated because she knew I wouldn't truly die. If I did, she could simply reverse.
Oh, now hold on now. Hold on now. If she managed to save her childhood friend and she killed you in the process, do you think she would reverse time to save you? If she ended up killing you and saved her childhood friend, do you think that she would actually rewind time? Because I don't think she would rewind time. Cause in those scenarios where she did kill you, she ain't hesitate. She ain't care about it once. She just like, yeah, you ain't actually really gonna die. But what if she actually saved this nigga? There is a chance you could actually just die out here. You better than me, man. You better than me. You better than me, bruh. Cause after that one time, it would have been up. It would have been up. I would have gotten myself a gun.
Time, and I'd be alive again. What Monica didn't know was that while everyone else forgot everything after each reset, I remembered every single timeline. Because of that, I never dared reveal the truth. Who knew whether she'd start killing me in every loop if she found out? Every time Adam died, Monica would hold him tightly and whisper the exact same words. Adam, don't worry. Even if you die, I'll save you. Then another endless cycle would begin. For nearly 3 years, I watched the two of them over and over again. Sometimes, it felt like they were the real couple, and I was nothing more than an outsider watching someone else's love story. I was exhausted. I didn't want to keep living the same day forever. With every reset, my love for Monica faded a little more. So today, I decided to change everything. After finishing Adam's lunch, Monica packed it carefully before walking into the living room. She repeated the same words I'd heard hundreds of times before. I have something important to do tonight. I won't be home. Take care of yourself. Then she turned to leave. As she passed the water dispenser, she accidentally bumped into a glass. Before it could hit the floor, I tossed a cushion from the couch. The glass landed safely on it without breaking. Monica looked at me in surprise. Without saying a word, I stood up, picked up the car keys from the TV cabinet, grabbed an umbrella from the balcony, and handed both to her. She frowned. What's this? Before she could finish, I smiled. Aren't you driving today? The forecast says it'll rain later. Take the umbrella. Her expression became strangely complicated. For a moment, it looked as though she wanted to say something. But in the end, she simply nodded. I'll try to come home early tonight and cook you something nice. Okay. I watched her hurry out the door. Then I sighed once more. The truth was, I had never checked the weather forecast. Monica had an excellent memory. Across 999 timelines, she had never once forgotten her keys or umbrella. Yet this time, I handed them to her before she even realized they were missing. And she didn't notice anything unusual. Her mind was completely occupied by Adam. Maybe, our relationship had been a mistake from the very beginning. Chapter 2. 5 years ago. Monica used her time reversal ability to save my life. Chapter 2. 5 years ago, a few of my college classmates and I planned to spend the day swimming in the river. Halfway through our trip, disaster struck. A sudden flash flood swept through the river, and before I could react, my leg cramped. I struggled desperately against the powerful current, but I couldn't move. My classmates were too far away to reach me. Just as despair began to consume me, I saw Monica leap into the river from the shore. Unfortunately, she was too late. As the rushing water dragged me under, I heard her faint voice. Don't be afraid. I'll save you. At the time, I thought she was only trying to comfort me, to give me one last bit of hope before I drowned. But I had no strength left. The darkness swallowed me. Then, I suddenly opened my eyes. To my complete shock, I was standing outside the school gate with my classmates, right before we had left for the river. For a moment, I thought everything had been nothing more than a dream. Then someone stepped in front of me. Monica stood there with her hands on her hips, looking both anxious and annoyed. You are absolutely not allowed to go swimming in the river today, she said firmly. It's going to be very dangerous. I froze. My classmates had never met her before, so they immediately argued with her, accusing her of interfering in our plans. Even though my mind was still struggling to understand what had happened, something deep inside me believed she had just saved my life. So I cancelled the trip. To make up for it, I promised to treat everyone to dinner another day, and fortunately, no one held it against me. That evening, the news reported that a sudden flood had struck the river. The water level had risen by more than a meter. Only then did I realize. What I had experienced wasn't a dream. Monica truly possessed the power to reverse time. We attended the same university. That very night, I found her and thanked her for saving my life. She smiled, gently patted my shoulder, and said, I told you I'd save you and I meant it. I understood exactly what she meant. The only difference was, she believed I didn't. As time passed, I gradually fell in love with her. I pursued her, and everything happened naturally. Eventually, we became a couple. Because she had once saved my life and was now my girlfriend, I devoted myself to her completely.
Stockholm Syndrome. It's a dangerous slope. It's a dangerous slope. Because then once it's like you fall in love with somebody, but you feel indebted to them because they saved your life, it can get tricky.
I truly believed we would spend the rest of our lives together. Unfortunately, Adam's appearance destroyed that happiness. Although Monica and Adam were very close, sometimes even closer than I felt comfortable with, I chose to trust her. But everything changed the night Adam died in a car accident. That tragedy created a crack in our relationship. With every time reversal, that crack only grew deeper. To everyone else, we still looked like the perfect couple. But although only a single day had passed, we had actually lived through 999 days together. During those endless days, because of Adam, Monica scolded me. She broke up with me. She even killed me. Long before this day finally ended, my heart already had. Chapter 3. I checked the time. There were still several hours before tonight's tragedy. I quietly finished my usual breakfast of bread and milk. After eating the exact same meal 999 times, it no longer had any taste. Out of habit, I cleaned the house. Then I packed all of my belongings. The only thing I left behind was a framed photograph of Monica and me. It had been taken on our 3rd anniversary. In the picture, she was leaning her head against my shoulder with a bright, carefree smile. I still remembered what she had said that day. With me around, you'll always be safe. Nothing bad will ever happen to you. I laughed and teased her. What if you're the one who brings me danger? She smiled back and replied half-jokingly, I can reverse time. I can fix any mistake I make.
But what if you going back to fix so-called mistakes, you end up creating a ripple effect that creates even more mistakes. Because she making the biggest mistake of her life, right?
I saved you once, and I can save you for the rest of your life. Smiling, I wrapped my arms around her.
But you're
Then I'll
trying to
protect
do
you
it.
forever.
But the problem is you're trying to do this for another man now. So imagine being this man, right? She says this to you on your 3rd anniversary. You know what I mean? She's like, I can always keep you safe. I can reverse time and keep you safe from anybody. But then she proceeds to do that for another man. Even in those points in time, she ends up killing you 99 times. Man, she talking out her ass. Man, yo, get up out of there, man. Get up out of there. Cause it's like, even though I'm sitting here like, yo, she don't care. It After a certain point, you just got, yo, it's fate, bruh. And it's like she don't want to let him go. It's just like the reason why he's probably dying is so you can go ahead and live with your man. That's probably fate. Fate is saying, yo, homeboy gotta go. So you can live happily with your man, even though your man might not even really despise or care for the best friend. But clearly, he may be an obstacle. And you're proving it 999 times. You're proving the universe's point. Now your man just like, I've had it. I've had enough. He's probably been had enough way before this. But damn.
So you can keep saving me forever. Looking back now, promises made during the honeymoon phase really shouldn't be taken too seriously. The moment she stabbed me over and over again just to save Adam, I knew our relationship was already over. Maybe her ability really could erase every mistake she made. But that only worked for everyone else. If I had been an ordinary person who remembered nothing, perhaps I would still love her today. In a strange way, I was grateful that I remembered everything. Otherwise, I would have lived my entire life without ever knowing the truth. I removed the photo from its frame. Then I tore it neatly in half. I placed Monica's half back inside the frame. As for mine, I took it with me. It was the last trace of myself in that home. Finally, I lay down on the sofa, quietly taking in the familiar scent of the house one last time. I didn't want to be trapped in another endless loop. This time, I wanted to help Monica. She had once saved my life. Now, I would save her childhood friend once. That would repay the debt I owed her. And at the same time, it would finally set me free. 3 hours later, I picked up my suitcase and headed to the garage. I drove straight to Adam's company building. Outside the entrance, Monica was pacing back and forth anxiously. I already knew what was about to happen. Today, Adam's phone would remain switched off. No one would be able to contact him. When he arrived at the company and stepped out of his car, it would explode. A bomb had been planted underneath it. During the previous 999 timelines,
Who'd he piss off? Cause no one's just strapping a bomb to your shit unless you done pissed somebody off. Me personally, he deserved to die. I don't know what he did, but y'all said he worked at some company. Maybe that company been fucking somebody over, then guess what? They try and get him up out of it, cause he one of them higher ups. He might be doing shady business.
Monica had tried countless ways to save him, but she had never managed to reach him in time. Every single attempt ended the same way. Adam died, and Monica reversed time once again. If only Monica had stopped to think things through and investigate the situation more carefully, she could have saved Adam long ago. Maybe that's what people mean when they say love can blind a person. When I saw her anxiously pacing outside the company building, I knew that in just a few hours she would once again rewind time back to noon. I parked my car and walked over. The moment Monica saw me, she froze. A flash of panic crossed her face. Why are you here? Instead of answering, I held out a jacket. You forgot it's going to rain today. It'll get cold, so I brought you this. I don't want you catching a cold. She accepted the jacket, looking slightly guilty. Thank you. Chapter 4. She probably never expected me to find her here. After all, she had never told me where she was going. Yet even now, she didn't notice anything unusual about my behavior. It didn't matter anymore. I smiled faintly. When did we become so distant that you started thanking me? She froze again but said nothing. Ignoring the awkward silence, I walked back to my car and took out a large box. She frowned. What's in there? I shook my head. Nothing important. I'm just delivering something for a friend who works in this building. Her attention was still completely focused on Adam, so she didn't think much about it. Instead, she simply said, "You should go home." I glanced at my watch and calmly shook my head. I'll stay with you. You never know what might happen, right? Surprise flickered across her face for a moment. Then her expression turned cold. I told you to go home. I didn't answer. I simply leaned against the wall behind me and waited. You're crazy, she snapped. Stay if you want. But if something happens, don't expect me to save you. She yelled at me a few more times.
Wow. If something happens to you, don't expect me to save you. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
But when she realized I wasn't going to leave, she eventually gave up. After all, she could always reverse time. As long as she figured out a way to save Adam, Even if I died today, she could simply start over again. She no longer cared whether I lived or died. The woman who once promised to protect me for the rest of my life was now insulting me without hesitation. She had even killed me before. Why would she care about one more accident? Not long afterward, several
Yeah,
people
you're right.
Monica had hired arrived and reported what they had found. She had sent them to investigate who was behind the plot against Adam. Every loop, she approached the investigation from a different angle. But with only one day to work with, and before the crime had even taken place, there was very little anyone could uncover. The moment I saw the frustration on Monica's face, I knew the result. Another failure. She had found nothing. Soon, it was 8 o'clock. A black sedan slowly pulled into the company's parking lot. Adam had arrived. The instant Monica recognized the car, she sprinted toward it. Adam, run. There's a bomb. Adam stepped out of the car with a confused expression. What are you talking about? The driver immediately realized someone had exposed the plan. Without hesitation, he climbed into the back seat, pulled out a handgun, and grabbed both Adam and the company's president as hostages. Don't come any closer, he shouted. If anyone moves, I'll kill them. Monica stopped in her tracks. The company's security guards and bodyguards quickly surrounded the area after seeing their boss taken hostage. Staring at the gunman, Monica shouted anxiously, "Please don't hurt him. I'll give you money. Whatever you want." The hijacker sneered. "Anything." His eyes swept over her. "Then take off your clothes." Monica hesitated only for a second. Then, she slowly reached for her clothes. She wasn't afraid of humiliation. After all, if today's attempt failed, she could simply reverse time and erase everything. As long as Adam survived,
Willing to risk it
nothing else
all.
mattered. I'd seen this exact scene play out countless times before. Chapter 5. Every time Monica began taking off her clothes, the hijacker demanded something even more humiliating. And every single time, she obeyed. She had trapped herself inside a dead end, convinced that enduring humiliation was the only way to save Adam. She never stopped to consider another solution. Watching her sacrifice everything for one person, I couldn't decide whether I should admire her determination or despise her obsession. There was nothing wrong with wanting to save someone's life.
It could be both.
And if reversing time was the only way to do it, I couldn't blame her for using that power. But the way she chose to save Adam came at my expense. She saved Adam 999 times. And during those same 999 timelines, she hurt me over and over again. Sometimes with words. Sometimes with betrayal. Sometimes with a knife. If she had trusted me enough to tell me the truth from the very beginning, would I really have stood by and watched someone die? Would I ever have stopped her from saving a life? After living through all these loops, I finally understood something. In Monica's heart, I was never the person who mattered most. I opened the box, then walked over to Monica just as she was about to take off her clothes. Grabbing her wrist, I stopped her. "You don't have to do this." Monica struggled against my grip, but she couldn't break free. "What are you doing?" she shouted. "If I don't take them off, Adam will die." I looked at her calmly. "He won't die. The hijacker doesn't have the ability to kill him." My words instantly enraged the hijacker. With one hand, he pulled a remote control from his pocket. "Really?" he snarled. "Let's see if I can or not. There's a bomb under that car. If I press this button, not only will they die, everyone here dies." Monica's face turned pale. "No. I'll do it. I'll take them off." She desperately tried to pull herself free, but her strength was nowhere near enough. Unable to escape, she raised her free hand and slapped me hard across the face. "Enough. Let me go." The side of my face burned from the impact, but compared to the pain in my heart, it was nothing. I let out a bitter laugh. "You're my girlfriend. Do you really think I'd stand here and let you strip in front of everyone? Let other men look at your body." Monica shoved me with all her strength, forcing my grip to loosen. The moment she pulled free, she looked straight at me. "Then let's break up." I'm not your girlfriend anymore. It's my body. I'll show it to whoever I want. Looking at the desperation in her eyes, I simply smiled.
Yeah.
Fine. We're broken up. The moment those words left my mouth,
Yeah.
she froze. Without another glance at her, I walked toward the hijacker. If you detonate the bomb, I said coldly, you'll die too. Do you really have the guts to press that button? The hijacker glared at me. You think I won't? Adam also panicked. Charlie, stop provoking him. If the bomb goes off, we're all dead. I ignored him completely. Instead, I kept staring at the hijacker. You're nothing but a coward. I don't believe you'll do it.
It's a baby back
The moment
bitch.
you press that button, you die too. You're bluffing. The hijacker's face twisted with rage. You want to see? I'll show you. Without another word, he slammed his thumb onto the remote. Behind me, I heard Monica scream. No! Everyone held their breath. 1 second passed. Then another. Nothing happened. The bomb never exploded. The hijacker stood there, completely stunned. So did everyone else. Chapter 6. The hijacker recovered first. Why didn't it explode? I smiled faintly. Haven't you ever heard of a signal jammer? As soon as I said those words, Monica's eyes widened. She immediately remembered the large box I had carried from my car. The hijacker's expression changed instantly. Now he was the one panicking. He wrapped one arm around Adam's neck and shoved the gun against his temple. So what if you blocked the bomb? I don't believe you can stop bullets too. Monica immediately rushed toward him. But before she could get close, I grabbed her again. She struggled wildly. She kicked me, hit me, cursed at me. Charlie! You bastard! Let me go. I have to save Adam.
She don't realize
The very
that
next
Charlie
second,
got this under control.
A gunshot echoed through the air.
Damn.
Bang! Monica froze. A body slowly collapsed onto the ground. But it wasn't Adam.
Oh.
It was the hijacker. Only then did I let go of Monica. She ran straight to Adam and threw her arms around him. Adam. I finally saved you. Watching the two of them embrace, I finally let out a long breath. It was over. Moments later, a group of police officers rushed in and secured the scene. Among them stood a sniper, rifle still in his hands. He was the one who had fired the fatal shot. I had called the police long before any of this happened. Once they confirmed the bomb could no longer be detonated remotely, the sniper took the shot without hesitation. As I watched Monica and Adam crying in each other's arms, I quietly spoke. Monica, I helped you save him. You once saved my life in that river. I owed you my life. Now I've paid that debt back. From this moment on, we don't owe each other anything. Her entire body stiffened.
Yep.
She slowly let go of Adam and looked at me with trembling eyes.
No.
You knew. She swallowed nervously.
Yep.
Then before she could finish, I interrupted. 999 times. I remember every single one. But I don't blame you. I only hope that from now on, you'll stop looking for me.
Yep.
I've had enough
Leave
of
me
living the
fuck
same
alone,
day for
bitch.
999 days.
Leave me the fuck alone.
After saying that, I turned to leave. After eating bland instant noodles every morning for nearly 1,000 days.
Leave me alone? In all them 999 days that you lost to your life, the rest of your days, make sure you cherish it with that nigga. And leave me out of it. Whatever happens, not my business. I broke the loop. If we ain't meant to be together, hey, then we ain't meant to be together. Everything you said, that shit hold weight. Keep it that way. And don't think, oh, rewinding time gonna save me. No, it's not. Selfish. Ain't saving nothing but yourself. You want the cake and want to eat it too? Greedy. Ooh, you greedy. Gluttony is a terrible sin, and you wear that shit just like a Prada dress. Don't they say the devil wears Prada? Oh, it's a damn shame.
Days. Anyone would eventually lose their mind. Just as I started walking away, Monica rushed over and grabbed me tightly. Charlie. I'm sorry. I gently removed her hand from my arm and looked at her. You don't have to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. You saved my life. And you took it away. We're even now. I've already packed everything and moved out.
You saved my life and then you took it away. Cold-blooded. That's a bar right there. You saved my life and then you took it away. That's a bar.
The house belongs to you. I'm leaving. She frantically shook her head before throwing her arms around me again. I won't let you go. Don't you want me anymore?
No.
You said you'd marry me.
No.
You promised to protect me for the rest of your life. You promised we'd never break up.
It's crazy you say these things, right? It's crazy you say these things. You want me to uphold my side of the bargain. Oh, we never break up. You always gonna protect me. You gonna marry me. This, that, and the third. Da 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 da. What did you promise me? You'd always protect me and save my life, but then you go ahead and all in some of these loops, you didn't kill me, broke up with me, betrayed me. You know, I remember all this stuff, but then you want me to sit here and be like, oh, we still gonna be together. You still want me to uphold this? No. No, this relationship been dead and gone a very long time ago, and we both know it. All the vows and the promises that we spoke, you already stabbed them to death. They're laying there in cold blood in the corner, where I packed everything up that reminds me of you. You did this. You tore this relationship apart in your greedy pursuit to save your childhood friend. And I'm not even mad. My debt has been repaid. You saved my life once. Now I'm going to save yours while also saving mine. Just leave me alone for the rest of my days.
You're breaking your promise. I gently pushed her away. Then I reached up and wiped the tears from her face. A faint smile appeared on my lips. But you were the first one to break your promise. A few minutes ago. You're the one who said we should break up. So, we already have. Her crying stopped instantly. For the first time, I noticed the faint wrinkles on her face. Compared to the Monica I remembered from the beginning of all those loops, she looked 3 or 4 years older. The price of reversing time had finally caught up with her. I looked at her one last time. Use your power less from now on. Take care of yourself. And live a good life with Adam. With those final words, I turned around and walked away without looking back. Chapter 7. The police took me back to the station for questioning. Since I had called them ahead of time, told them exactly when to arrive, and even instructed them to bring a sniper rifle, they naturally wanted to know where I had gotten such precise information. I simply gave them a vague explanation. After all, a life had been saved today, and because of the information I provided, a disaster had been prevented. By the time I left the station, it was exactly 11:30 p.m. I still had enough time. Without wasting another second, I got into my car and drove to the cafe across the street from where the hostage incident had taken place earlier that evening. I walked toward the fountain in front of the cafe. In the distance, I spotted a woman wearing a white dress. Her name was Hannah. She was the owner of the cafe. Without hesitation, I sprinted toward her and pulled her away. The very next second, a flower pot crashed down from above,
Oh,
shattering exactly where she had been standing. I glanced at my watch. 11:51 p.m. Just in time. The first time Monica failed to save Adam and reverse time, we had gotten into a huge argument. Feeling miserable, I wandered into this cafe for a cup of coffee. That was when I watched Hannah die. A resident upstairs had accidentally knocked over a flower pot, and it landed directly on her. The
oh.
second time Monica failed to save Adam, I came here earlier, hoping I could prevent Hannah's death. I succeeded. From then on, every time the timeline repeated, except for the days Monica killed me with a knife, I always came here to save Hannah. Eventually, it became a habit. Every single time, she would thank me with a warm smile and offer me a cup of coffee. We would chat for only a few minutes. The conversations were always short, but they were always pleasant. During those 1,000 endless loops, Hannah became the only ray of hope that kept me going. This time, she smiled at me once again.
So this man found his own little ray of sunshine in the sea of darkness that he was swimming in one of the loops. That man exited stage left and he had plan B on lock.
Thank you. If it weren't for you, I might have died. Then she smiled warmly. How about I treat you to a cup of coffee? I glanced at my watch. Midnight was getting closer. Shaking my head with a smile, I replied, no, maybe next time. After eating instant noodles every morning and drinking coffee every afternoon for almost 1,000 days, I don't think even someone with nerves of steel could stand it anymore. The truth was, I was still afraid. What if Monica activated time reversal again? What if everything reset after midnight and I found myself back in this afternoon? Hannah didn't ask any more questions. She quietly returned inside the cafe. A few minutes later, she came back carrying a glass of juice. Here. It's the last one we have today. Since she had already brought it over, I accepted it. But I wasn't in the mood to drink. Instead, I kept staring at the second hand on my watch. 11:59 p.m. Hannah leaned closer, looking at me curiously. What are you staring at? As the second hand slowly approached 12, my heartbeat became faster and faster. What if time really went backward again? Could I survive another loop? I was tired. So incredibly tired. I looked at Hannah and smiled. If I come back next time, remember to get me a Coke. I like Coke. She blinked in confusion. She obviously had no idea what I meant. Still, she smiled and nodded. We don't sell Coke. But next time, I'll buy one for you. With ice. With ice. The moment those words left my mouth, the clock struck midnight. Chapter 8. My heart pounded wildly. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds.
He didn't.
Nothing happened.
He didn't reset.
Seeing me standing there in a daze, Hannah reached over from behind and gently pinched my cheek. What's wrong with you? I snapped back to reality. I looked around. Everything was exactly the same. Nothing had reset. Nothing had changed. At that moment, an overwhelming wave of joy washed over me. We had finally made it. As long as midnight had passed and a new day had begun, time reversal could no longer affect this timeline. I had once overheard Monica mention that her ability could only rewind to the beginning of the same day. Now that today was over, even if she activated her power again, there was no reason to do so. Adam had already been saved. Smiling from ear to ear, I finally drank the juice in my hand. It was sweet. Far sweeter than coffee had ever been. Today would never repeat again. Unable to hold back my excitement, I grabbed Hannah by the shoulders and laughed. I'm not coming back. I'm never coming back again. She frowned in confusion. What do you mean? Do you dislike me? Or my cafe? Or was the juice really that bad? I froze for a second before laughing awkwardly. No, that's not what I meant. It's hard to explain. But from now on, I'll come here often. I just don't want coffee anymore. I've had enough of it. I want Coke. With ice. Only then did Hannah smile again.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, my happiness didn't even last 5 minutes. A familiar voice suddenly came from behind me. Charlie, can we talk?
Oh
The
no,
moment I heard that voice,
no, no! I'm talking to Hannah, Bridget, or whatever your name is. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave us alone. Can't you see we having a moment over here? I'm free. We finally are free. My people had a dream to escape the loop of time. We are out of here. Wheezy, we out of here. We're done. Leave me alone. You got your wish. You saved him, but you lose me. That's how the game is played. Go away. Go away.
I froze. Slowly, I turned around. Standing behind me was Monica. She looked completely devastated. Her hair was a mess, and her face was pale and exhausted. I slowly shook my head. No, we don't have any relationship anymore. You should leave. I've already repaid the debt I owed you for saving my life. Monica looked at me with tear-filled eyes. Charlie, I've always loved you. I only kept trying to save Adam because we grew up together.
Lies and slander, lies and yo, the gaslighting is crazy demonic work. Gaslighting the shit out of him. I only saved you because we grew up together. Okay, so because y'all grew up together, you gonna sit there and casually say, all right, fine, let's break up so you can go ahead and take off your clothes in front of thousands of people just to save this man? Are there any boo boo the fools in the neighborhood? Cause I don't see no boo boo the fool. Unless it's you. You know what I mean? Cause you sure do look like a clown with your red dress on. All you need is the wig and the nose. You know, hey. Cause it's clown behavior out here.
He's like a brother to me. Since we had already reached this point, there was no reason to keep holding back. I looked straight into her eyes. Then why didn't you tell me from the very beginning? Did you really think I wouldn't help you? What reason would I ever have to stop you from saving someone's life? We've been together for years. Don't you know what kind of person I am? Would I really stop you from saving someone? Didn't I always tell you that I trusted you? But what did you do instead? You pushed me away. You insulted me. And you even killed me. Monica continued crying. Charlie, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was wrong. Can you forgive me?
After violating me, lying me, betraying me, killing me, breaking up with me, verbally abusing me, physically abusing me, traumatizing me, psychologically fucking me over because we're just repeating the same day over and over and over and over again and then lying to me? You think that over 2.5 years worth of our lives, we've repeated the same day 2.5, might even be 2.25. You chose another man over me. And all that pain, 2.5 years, 2.25 worth of life. You think that can be erased with two words? I'm sorry? Do you know how delusional and mentally fucked up you gotta be to believe that? Do you not know how out of your mind you think someone would have to be to believe that? Or, mm-mm.
Can we start over? I took a deep breath. You don't need my forgiveness. Just leave. She desperately shook her head and reached out to hug me. I quietly stepped aside. Charlie, I love you. You're the only person I've ever loved. I don't want to lose you. Just then, someone gently took hold of my hand.
Just chatting,
Chapter 9.
bro.
Hannah stepped beside me, wrapped her arm around mine, and smiled politely at Monica. Miss, it's not very nice to cling to someone else's boyfriend. Please don't harass him.
And Hannah claimed us? Hey, Hannah claiming. Appreciate you, even though you just covering for us, but you know it could be the real thing later on. Giggity, giggity.
Monica stood there in complete shock. Then she glared at Hannah. Charlie, is this the woman you've been saving over and over again? And after only one day, you've already gotten together with her.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, you knew, goofy bitch. You know I've been saving her. But hold on. Wait, how? Wait, no, 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 no. We not gonna sit here. Let's play the blame game. I love you more. Let's play the blame game. For sure. Ain't no way you gonna sit here and point the finger at him and get mad at him. After everything that you have done, you're going to sit here and get mad like, oh, this is the woman you saved and you've already moved on? Bitch, if you don't get out of my face before I act a fool and tell you to move and then proceed to be like the Yin Yang twins and do the A-Town stomp on you. Just leave. Just cut it out. Cut it out. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. You'll be fine. You better go listen to some Neo. I was inviting her into my car. She was my nighttime, thought I was her star. Yes, I was wrong, but see, I'm strong. Don't take long for me to move on. Please don't worry about me, I'm fine. Bruh, you fucking it up.
I simply nodded. I didn't deny it. At that moment, letting Hannah pretend to be my girlfriend was the easiest way to make Monica give up. You think it's only been one day. But for me, it's been 1,000 days. 1,000 days is more than enough to kill the love I once had for you. And it's more than enough for me to fall in love with someone else. Even if you reverse time again, you'll only return to the moment I met Hannah today. Monica suddenly burst into laughter. Ha ha ha. Charlie, do you really think you know me that well? A chill instantly ran down my spine. Something felt terribly wrong. She laughed again. You're mine. You'll always be mine. If I can't have you, then no one else will either.
You crazy
You know
bitch!
where to find this woman in the future. But what about 3 years ago? 5 years ago? Or even 10 years ago? My expression changed immediately. A dark smile slowly spread across Monica's face. I still have one final chance. I can return to any point in time. But the price. is enormous. If I go back 10 years, I can change everything. I can stop that woman from ever coming here. Or I can simply kill her. What would you do then? I shouted without thinking. You wouldn't dare. She
This bitch is crazy. This bitch is it's look, I called it. I said, do you not know how mentally deranged you gotta be? So to be honest, I shouldn't be surprised, but it's just like this is nuts. This is absurd. After everything you put this man through and he remembers, you just like, well, if I can't have you, no one can. Are you serious? We both get what we want. You get to save your childhood friend. I get to be free from this loop. We can go our separate ways today and be happy. What's so wrong with that? Because we clearly not happy together. So you just want to eternally be toxic? Because remember, if you go back in time, guess what? I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember. In the instant you come towards me, I'm not going to deal with you. And you might be cool and fine and dandy with that, but guess what? There's always going to be somebody else. What you going to do? Kill everyone? Kill every single woman on the planet? You can't kill every woman on the earth. So what you going to do? You gonna keep on rewinding time so every single girl that I go ahead and meet and have an opportunity to chat with and get with, are you gonna kill them too? Because eventually you gonna burn yourself out. It's only a matter of time. Fucking insane.
laughed even louder. Watch me. A blinding white light suddenly surrounded her body. Her black hair rapidly turned white. Wrinkles spread across her face. Her skin aged before my eyes.
Damn.
The cost of using that power was consuming her life. Without hesitation, I grabbed Hannah's hand. My mind desperately searched for where I had been 10 years ago. As the light grew brighter, I shouted as loudly as I could, if you remember anything. Come to 36, Chin Street, Tien City, Jiangnan, before I could finish. The white light swallowed everything. When I opened my eyes again, the sun was setting. The sky glowed with the warm colors of dusk. I slowly looked around. Everything felt strangely familiar, yet completely different. I quickly searched my pockets. Inside was an old-fashioned mobile phone. The date displayed on the screen made my breathing stop. I had gone back. 10 years. Back when I was still in high school. I looked down. I was wearing my old school uniform. That crazy woman. Monica had actually dragged us both 10 years into the
Oh, she
past.
gotta be an
It
old
was the
lady
summer
now.
right after my college entrance exams. The place around me was the neighborhood where I had grown up. It took several days before I finally accepted reality. But there was one thing that terrified me. I had no connection to Hannah in this timeline. I didn't even know where she was. If Monica found her first. If she really intended to hurt her. Then, just then, an elderly woman slowly walked toward me with the help of a cane. She looked to be somewhere in her 70s or 80s. For some reason, she looked strangely familiar. Then I realized. It was Monica. Because she had sacrificed so much of her lifespan, she had become an old woman. Bent over and breathing heavily, she looked at me with difficulty. Charlie. Do you regret it? You rejected me. And now, you won't have that woman either. For a brief moment, I wanted to punch her, but looking at her frail body, I knew a single punch might kill her. So I forced myself to stay calm. Chapter 10 Monica. You've finally succeeded. You've made me hate you. Her entire body trembled. She leaned weakly against the wall. Her cane slipped from her hand and clattered onto the ground. Ciao. I'm sorry. I just loved you too much. I still have a way to send us back. But you have to agree to be with me again. Only then. Can I use that power one last time? Enough. I roared. My fist shot forward, stopping only an inch from her face. If you weren't already in this condition, I would have punched you without hesitation. Already too weak to stand steadily, Monica flinched in fear. Her legs gave out beneath her, and she collapsed to the ground. Just as Monica was about to collapse, someone suddenly stepped forward and caught her before she hit the ground. Thank you. She instinctively tried to thank the
Alright. I'll give the folks a little bit. Cause cause the ad didn't kick in. But yo, this story is it's more than what I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a lot more than what I thought it was gonna be, because I thought it was just gonna be straight up, oh, she didn't, you know what I mean? So, oh, he got to figure out how to break out of this loop and everything like that. But it's just like the turns that this has taken. Homegirl was really just like, yo, if I can't have you, no one can. And then it's just like you're surprised that this man's just like, yo, I hate you now. Look at what you have done to me. After all of the selfish acts that you have done, all these selfish acts that you have pursued, you have made me into a person that hates you with my very being. And then you're shocked and surprised. Like, you've been told. I remember every single loop. I remember every single loop. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely absurd.
person who had helped her. But the moment she looked up, she froze. Why is it you?
Tanner.
I was just as stunned. The person standing there was Hannah. After helping Monica regain her balance, Hannah quietly let go of her.
She
Then she
remembered.
turned toward me with a gentle smile. You're not the only person in this world who can resist supernatural powers.
Huh?
Her words filled me with overwhelming joy. At that moment, countless memories rushed through my mind. Every single time I saved Hannah during those endless loops, she would thank me by offering me a cup of coffee. Then I remembered something. On the second to last loop, after finishing my coffee, I had casually said, turns out drinking coffee every day gets boring. Fruit juice is much better. And on the very last loop, instead of coffee, she had brought me juice. Back then, my mind had been completely occupied with worrying about the time reversal. I hadn't thought much of it. Now, everything finally made sense. Unable to contain my excitement, I rushed forward and hugged Hannah tightly.
She
After a
knows.
long moment, I finally let her go. She smiled warmly. I just graduated from high school this year. What about you? I couldn't help smiling. What a coincidence. So did I. Almost at the exact same moment, we both spoke. Why don't we apply to the same university? For a second, we simply stared at each other. Then we both burst into laughter. I bent down, picked up Monica's cane from the ground, and handed it back to her. With a teasing smile, I said, old lady, at your age, you should spend more time at home. If it weren't for kind young people like us, you wouldn't even have anyone to pick up your cane. Ha ha ha. Then I reached out and took Hannah's
Damn.
hand. Together, we skipped happily toward the setting sun. As we walked, I smiled and
Skipped
asked,
happily is
how about we
crazy.
go on a graduation trip? Sure. Where should we go? I looked at her with a grin. Let's visit your cafe. 10 years from now. She smiled brightly. Great. That sounds perfect.